Hey, what up, everybody? Stevie Breach coming to you. I sat down to try to make a video response to Assault and Battery 777. The other day we were talking, and he sort of asked me to do a video response to his top 5 of the worst wrestling experiences that he had meeting wrestlers. I got a list of 4. One of them is a tag team, so I could have sort of stretched it in there, but I just felt like it wasn't going to be the best video that I've ever done, especially because most of these I've already made separate videos on in the past. So I tried to sit down and make a top 5 of the best wrestling experiences that I met meeting wrestlers. Not like the greatest wrestlers, not like they're in order of their achievements or anything like that, but just all around, the best experience I had, going to these shows or going to these accesses and meeting these people. Just all around it. When I walked away, I was glad that I met these people and, paid for an autograph and a picture and all that. And, just a real good, a good way to end the day, I guess you could say. I tried to make a top 5, and then I had a whole bunch of honorable mentions. So I just said, hey, what the hell? We'll go for a top 10, and we'll just count them down from there. It was hard to even make a top 10. Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, both got bumped from the list. El Generico is another nice guy. Didn't even charge me for an autograph or a picture when I met him. Just asked that we buy some merchandise off of his table. Luckily for me, Assault and Battery 777, Ravi himself, bought an El Generico mask, keychain, so I was able to duck out of there scot-free. But we'll start the countdown. Number 10 on my list is Jinder Mahal. Not only for the video, not only for the reason that I'm making this video for Ravi, but Jinder was honestly a real nice guy. Ravi met him first. They had a real nice, experience. I think Ravi's even made a video about meeting Jinder Mahal, and then Ravi sort of waited for me a little bit, and so we could go on to the next thing together. From there, I was about 5 people back in the line. I was able to film him meeting Jinder, which was awfully nice to do for somebody like that. It's always weird when you're going to accesses, if you're in a line, by yourself, trusting somebody to use your phone or your camera to make sure that you get the right shot, and hopefully, knowing they know how to hold your camera and press the buttons right, and you don't miss your whole experience of meeting somebody. But Jinder Mahal, when I walked up to him, Ravi was still standing to the side of the stage, and I said, basically, a lot of people are going to come up here and kiss your butt and say that they're your biggest fan, but honestly, out of everybody I know, that guy right there, Ravi, is honestly your biggest fan that I know. He's the only guy that I know that really talks about you. I'm sort of cutting him down at the same point, but I just wanted him to know how big of a fan Ravi really was. And he called over to Ravi and gave Ravi a special, thanks, thumbs up. And I thought that was really, really cool. He didn't have to do that to let him know that somebody out there really liked him. Number 9 on my list was Howard Finkel. Also met him at the same access session at WrestleMania 28. I think I said 29 for Mahal, but I wasn't there. 28, Howard Finkel. Walked up on the stage. He was a real nice guy to meet. He shakes your hand, asks you what your name is and where you came from. And, Finkel is sort of that guy for the be, that remembers everything. What happened here, what happened there. Sort of that guy they call on, they ask for a lot of history for the stuff that they do. Before, the internet and before computers, he was the guy that Vince always relied on to make sure they didn't do the same finish in the same town twice. And, basically just didn't book the same matches over and over again and kill a town. He would, use his mouth and be like, hey, we've done this before, you got to move on. When I told him I was from Sacramento, California, he was able to say that he'd been here a whole lot, and he really liked our town. Northern California was real nice. Told me something about Arco Arena. When they come here, he sort of bagged on us about, the one bad thing everybody knows about Arco Arena is we have bad, I guess you can say, speakers, the way they're set up, or it's why a lot of bands and concerts don't happen here at Arco Arena. People skip us by, and we need a new arena because our sound system is horrible. Number 8 on the list is Colt Cabana. Colt Cabana's a good guy. He honestly knows his place in wrestling, honestly, a little bit. And it's $5 for an autograph, $5 for a picture. And he treats you like a friend. I talked to him about his podcast. You can sit there and bullshit with him for a good 5 minutes, and he's not going to kick you out like a lot of wrestlers will to try, and bring those next customers in to make some more money. He got my $10, and it was worth it. And I was glad that I've met him twice. Once in Miami, once at BTW WrestleFest. Awesome dude. From there we go to number 7, Diamond Dallas Page. I gave Diamond Dallas Page this spot on here because he was there. WrestleMania. This was that Wrestle Reunion. He was there. Hawking his DDP yoga at the same time. He was charging people to meet him, trying to get people go on the site and sign up, this, that, and the other. But the one thing that I really appreciated about meeting DDP is that, he knew people were paying for these pictures. And before you walked away, he checked every picture that you took to make sure that it was a nice picture. He didn't want anybody walking away with a bad picture. I think everybody in the world is gone to an access or an autograph signing, got a picture of somebody. When you walked away, been like, this picture sucks. It's all blurred out, and, basically you can't even tell. I know my good buddy Freaking Yeah 88, he met Alberto Del Rio, and has a picture that you can't even tell what the hell's going on. He went to an autograph signing with Shawn Michaels, got a horrible picture. Walked away, thought about it for a while, and realized how much money he paid for that picture, and went back up and basically asked if he'd be able to retake it, and Shawn did retake it. And I thought that was really, really nice, but I didn't meet him. I'm meeting him in August, so he's not on the list. DDP is. Thank you for checking pictures. I really appreciate it. I think Luke Cage 29, is the guy that benefited from that. He took one picture, getting a diamond cutter, didn't really work out. Diamond Dallas Page retook the picture gladly for him. Number 6 on the list, William Regal. William Regal is one of the nicest guys that I've ever met at Access. I met him in Atlanta at WrestleMania 27. He's a guy that honestly is going to talk your ear off. I didn't have a whole lot to say to the guy. I really wanted to say that I wish that I could find some of the bootleg matches of him wrestling Daniel Bryan from their UK tour. He wrestled them, 12 nights in a row, he said, and I said that, I've been looking for him on YouTube, but the second they got uploaded on YouTube, they were getting taken down, and I heard they were great matches, and I was really looking forward to them. And, I met Ricky Steamboat, and he talked to me for a long, long time as well about what an agent was, but William Regal was much more personal about me and my friend. He complimented Miguel about, I think he said he had a nephew named Miguel, and it was a nice name, and, he just was one guy that, was really polite, and wanted to let you know that he was glad that you were meeting him. It was a good long couple of minutes before he would sign your encyclopedia and move you along down the list. Number 5 on the list is Roddy Piper. Roddy Piper is the guy that I've made a video on about meeting him, fast. He doesn't really know you, but when he does meet you and shake your hand, and if you're Luke Cage 29, gives you a hug, he's gonna make you feel like your family. I've always been, really taken back that, he asked you about your family, asked you about your kids. I don't know if he looked at your wedding ring and notices that you're married, and guesses you have kids, and, tells you how important family is. This, that, and the other. He told me about his kids, the kids that we saw on the Changing Wives, whatever the hell that show was called, with him and Flair. And, just, tells you that's what it's all about, and don't forget about it. And it's kind of weird that you meet somebody like this that is a legend in a sport that you love, and he's, trying to get you back down to earth, telling you how, important. It sort of makes you feel a little bit weird that you're there, not at home with them. Number 4 on the list, honestly, is a little bit of a surprise. I wanted to put them lower just because of who they are, but I was really taken back by how nice these guys were. And that it's the All Night Express from Ring of Honor. Of course, they're not together anymore. I don't even know what Red Titus is doing anymore, if he's even in Ring of Honor. But Kenny King, they were a tag team. They were the second people that I met at the Miami meet and greet before the ROH show. And got an autograph and a picture. What I was trying to get signed was a DVD cover of the first show that I went to in Atlanta. It was my first Ring of Honor show. I wanted to make it really special. and try to get all the guys that were on that show to autograph it. And I've got a good number of those guys. And some of those guys have left the company, and some of those guys are, girls that wrestle in Japan, and I'll never meet them ever again. But it is my goal to somehow get that signed by everybody, and I keep going with that. But, they signed the DVD cover. They had 8x10s there, which they were supposed to be charging for. They gave those to me for free. They took the picture. They talked to me for a good couple of minutes, and I walked away, really impressed and really liking those guys. I was really impressed with the way Kenny King wrestled, and I became a bigger fan of him after that. Number 3 on the list is Mick Foley. Mick Foley, an awesome legend. I got to meet him at a comedy show here in Sacramento. I was really surprised that he would come here. It was only a matter of a couple weeks before he was put in the WWE Hall of Fame. And, after his comedy show, after sitting there for an hour and a half, after paying $25 for a comedy show, he didn't have to do it, but he met every fan that was there. And not just like, here's your stuff, let me sign it and move you along. Asked you how you were doing, asked you if you liked the show, asked you he asked a few people if, was the show too long? Was it not enough this, not enough that? He wanted to know the input so he can try to make his show better. He signed whatever you put in his face. Honestly, it was a good cattle call. Just, sign this, moving him along. And he told us during the show that he didn't really feel that confident with his styles as a comedy show, and that's why he does the meet and greet. But honestly, if I just went to the comedy show and I walked out the back door, jumped in my truck and drove home, I would have felt like I got my money's worth. So getting a free Mick Foley autograph signing out of the deal was just awesome, and I was glad that I met the guy. It sort of makes you feel the same way Piper did with making you feel like you're important and you're special for being there. Rey Mysterio is at number 2. Mysterio is just an awesome guy to meet. I'm not a fan of his. I bought the VIP access ticket to meet him 2 years in a row. I know that's kind of surprisingly for a guy that you don't even, really like that much. But I, wanted to make those trips special, and that was as special as I could make them without going on eBay and buying like special, overpriced tickets. What are you doing, dog? But when I met him the first time, I didn't really talk to him that much, but he wanted to make sure that the picture we were taking was cool, and I remember his daughter being there, the ones from the CM Punk skit where they were singing Happy Birthday to her. And the second time I met him, I just had that book that he wrote. I don't even know if he wrote it, but the book's got his name on it at least. So I wanted to get that signed for my book collection. And basically I just wanted him to put that thing in there that was from the WWE DVDs. They don't use it anymore, but they used to be on there all the times. And I just said, will you write in there, I've had surgery on my left knee 5 times. And he sort of looked at me like, what the fuck does that mean? And I told him what it was. And the guy that, like his handler, he's a lot of the, the guys, handlers for the VIP signings for the WWE, was like, no, just sign it and move along. And he looked at me and he was like, yeah, whatever, no problem. Then he just scribbled it down in there real fast. And that meant the world to me. Something that's going to make me laugh every time I look at that book and that autograph. And it was real special that I got that. Number 1 on the list, very surprisingly, Mickie James. She's a wrestler that I've met twice, and both times I met her, she made me feel really special. I don't think I'm the best looking dude in the world, but she has her girly ways of flirting with me, who made me actually feel like she was glad that I was there. And she signed what I had, took a picture with me. And, a lot of the girls just sort of stand there. And, I don't know if they just really stand there and just sort of like, all right, let's get this fucking over with, because they've seen 1,000 guys, sort of put their hands all over them all the time. I try to be as respectful as I can. Don't try to, some guys just flat out don't care. They just grab their ass, and I don't know how they don't get slapped in the face for it. But, she just puts it out there, and I there's a lot of people out there who said that meeting Mickie James is really nice and really cool, and I think it's, I don't think it's like an honor to give her, but I thought it was pretty cool that she's on the top of the list as one of the nicest wrestlers that I've ever met, because honestly, Bound for Glory, I'm sure she's there. She's a knockout champion. She's a person that I'm going to meet again for the third time, and I'd meet again even if I had to pay for it at another wrestling show.